can we solve the questions by using the hidden plugin strategy? We'll try to understand. So using the hidden plugin strategy, we can solve most of the questions which are there in aptitude. We can solve most of the questions. I'm saying most of the questions which are there in aptitude. So like most of the questions means I can name the chapters of those. So what are the chapters which you can comfortably solve is one chapter. There is a chapter called time and work, and there is a chapter called pipes and system, and there are some of the questions which are there under time speed distance, some of the questions which are there under time speed distance, and some of the questions which are under ratios, some of the questions which are under algebra. So all these questions we can, like fraction based questions, all these questions we can comfortably solve by using a strategy of hidden plugin. So what is the importance of hidden plugin and how can we solve the questions based on hidden plugin? We'll try to understand. The name itself is indicating hidden plugin. So hidden means we can understand which is not given, which is not available in the question. That's why it is named as hidden plugin. So whatever is hidden, whatever is not there, we are going to plug some number, hidden plugin. So we are going to plug some number. We used to have a habit of plugging some variable and proceeding with the solvation of the question. Always it will take or end up with by taking a lot of time. So instead of doing that with that kind of approach, I suggest you to do the solvation of the question just by plugging some number and proceeding with the question. So what is a hidden plugin strategy? How can we apply the hidden plugin strategy in solving the questions? We'll try to understand in this session. So before we are proceeding with the session, I'm just trying to project a very simple question which is on the screen. All of you please try this question and can you tell me what is the answer choice for the question which is available on the screen? All of you please have a try on the question. Hari spends 1 by 8 of salary for food. And 1 by 8 for shopping, 1 by 8 for rent, and in the remaining he spends 1 by 2 of the salary for bank savings. Then what fraction of the salary is spent in bank? What fraction of the salary is spent in bank? That's a question. Nice, I'm able to see some responses from the students. Okay, option C. Some students are saying option B, 5 by 6. Okay. Okay, option C. Good response from the students. So as per the data, Hari spends 1 by 8 of the salary for food and 1 by 8 of the salary for shopping. So generally we can solve the question like this. Hari spends 1 by 8 of the salary for food as per the data. Actually, I don't know what is the salary of Hari. So I'm starting the question as like this. So because I don't know the salary of Hari, I'm just taking the salary of Hari as X. let's assume that the salary of the candidate is going to be X. Salary is going to be X rupees. So because I don't know the salary, so as per the data, the information is given as he spends 1 by 8 of the salary. What is the information given? He spends 1 by 8 of the salary on food. So 1 by 8 on the food means out of X rupees, X by 8 is gone for food. X by 8 is gone for food. And the next data we are having 1 by 8 on shopping. So 1 by 8 on shopping. 1 by 8 on shopping. So that means out of X rupees, X by 8 is gone for shopping. X by 8 is gone for shopping. And then he spends 1 by 8 on the shopping and 1 by 8 on the rent. So 1 by 8 on the rent. So that means out of this, X by 8 is gone for rent. And there is a very, very important statement, my dear students, if you can observe. What is that important statement? If you observe the data once again, 1 by 8 on food, 1 by 8 on shopping, 1 by 8 on the rent. He said in the remaining, he spends 1 by 2 of the salary for bank savings. He spends 1 by 2 of the salary for bank savings. So what is the meaning of this data? How can we take this data? So out of the total money of X rupees, so this all is gone for the different expenditures. What are out of the X rupees? X by 8, X by 8, X by 8. So 3X by 8 rupees is gone. So what is the remaining? We can understand X minus X by 8. That means 5X divided by 8 will be the leftover or remaining. So in the remaining of this, as per the information, he spends 1 by 2 of the salary for bank savings. So 1 by 2 of 5X by 8 is gone for bank savings. As per the data, what fraction of the salary is spent into the bank savings is a question. So out of X rupees, this is what fraction. Do remember, my dear students, always remember what is meant by fraction. Fraction is nothing but sum part by whole. Fraction is nothing but sum part by whole. So as per this information, 5X by 16 is gone out of the whole. Whole how much? X. So from this we can say 5 by 16 is the answer. 5 by 16 is answer. Do we have any option for that? Yes, we do have an option choices. You can look at the option choice is going to be option C. So, okay, fine. Is there any other trick to make this answer? So we have solved the question, and using this manner, I'm sure most of you have approached the similar pattern. But if you do like this, it's taking some time. That's the reason I'm just using a very simple shortcut here. What is a shortcut I'm applying is I'm going with a strategy of hidden plugin. So if you observe one important information, you are able to see that the entire problem is revolving around the salary. Entire problem is revolving around salary of the candidate. But nowhere in the data salary value is mentioned. Right. That's the reason I don't know what is the salary. I'm trying to plug some value for the salary. So what is a better number to plug? So because I have seen some fractions as per the given narration of the story is narrated for 1 by 8 is gone for food, 1 by 8 is gone for shopping, 1 by 8 is gone for rent. In the remaining, after finishing this, in the remaining 1 by 2 is gone for bank savings. What fraction is gone for bank savings is a question. I'm able to see some fractions like 2 and 8 are the denominators which they are having. So that is the reason what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to plug some number for the salary which is going in 2 and 8. So that's the reason what I'm trying to do is 2 and 8. So what is a common multiplier? 8. So I'm plugging salary as 8. Plug some number so that it makes you to feel very comfortable. So out of 8 rupees, 1 by 8 of 8 rupees is gone for food. That means 1 rupee. 1 by 8 of 8 rupees is gone for shopping. That means 1 rupee. 1 by 8 of 8 rupees is gone for rent. That means 1 rupee. So out of 8 rupees, 3 rupees is over. That means what is the remaining? Remaining is 5 rupees. Out of the 5, 1 by 2 is bank savings. That means 5 by 2 is going to be bank savings. 5 by 2 is going to be bank savings. The question here is what fraction is gone for bank savings? Bank savings is 5 by 2, total amount is 8. Out of 8 rupees, 5 by 2. 5 by 2 into 8 will be 5 by 16. Mark your answer as 5 by 16. Whether this is easy, that is easy, you can decide based on that, you can mark your answer choice. I hope you are able to understand the point. I'm just going with the hidden plugin strategy. Look at one more question which is available on the screen. Can you please tell me what is the answer choice for the question? No matter, ignore, don't think like, sir, this chapter is not over, I don't know about this. Don't do think like that. Look at the question. Can you make the answer choice or not? Try to tell me. What is the answer choice, my dear students? A question which is from the chapter of time and work. A question which is from the chapter of time and work. You are able to see the data where the data is given as A can do a work by taking A can do a work by taking 20 days of time. B can do the same work by taking 30 days of time. B can do the same work by taking 30 days of time. C can do the same work by taking a time. C can do the same work by taking a time of 60 days. If ABC are working together, how many days it will take to complete the work? That's a question. Okay, before we are proceeding with that question, let me ask you a very simple question. So if the question is given as like this, A can do A can do a work by taking 20 days of time. B can do the same work by taking 30 days of time. Now the question is, if A and B are working together, then how many days it will take to complete the work? We have an option choices which are projected as like this. First option is 25 days. Second option which is given as 21 days. Third option which is given as 12 days. Fourth option which is given as 24 days. Have a glance on the question. Tell me what is your answer now. Yesterday also we had a discussion on this, but not the deep discussion. So what is the answer choice for this question, my dear students? What is the answer choice for this question? So this question, you don't need to think directly. You can mark the answer choice, right? Why? Because it's very simple, which is talking about very simple, which is talking about A can do a work in 20 days of time. B can do the work in 30 days of time. We can use a basic common sense point which we had a discussion in the last session. When the manpower is increases, then the time taken will be decreases. A alone is taking 20 days. If A and B are working, they will take less than 20 days. So eliminate all these options. Mark your answer as option C. Mark your answer as option C. This is one approach to proceed. Sir, that's fine. Whatever the approach which you said, I can agree. So, but if I have an option choices which are projected as in this way. So instead of projecting the options as like this, if I have an option choices which are given as in this way, so the options are projected as 18, 12, 8, and 16. Then what can I do? How can I proceed? Can you tell me? Can we apply the same common sense approach which we have applied in the previous? Can we do that? If we do that, we are not able to elect a single option also. We cannot able to elect a single option also. We can do one thing here. You can able to use a common sense point. All are doing the same work. A can do some work in 20 days, B can do the same work in 30 days. So let me do like this. So A can do a work in 20 days. A work in 20 days. This is a given statement. B can do the same work in 30 days is a statement which is given. B can do the same work. B can do the same work in 30 days. So I'm using a point here. See, for example, if you have any information like this, so a person can do a work. So let's assume that A can do a work in n days. A can complete a work in n days. So in one day, A can complete a work in n days. In one day, total work can be completed by A in n days. In one day, how much work he can complete? He can complete 1 by nth part of the work. So this point, if you are unable to understand, you can use think or realize like this. There is a circular pizza, let's assume. You can eat this circular pizza by taking 4 hours of time. In 4 hours, you can eat the total pizza. In 1 hour, how much you can eat? You can eat 1 by 4th part. 1 by 4 of the entire pizza you can eat. The same point which I am using here, the same point which I am using here. So what I am trying to do here is A can do the entire work in n days. So that means in 4 hours, if you complete the entire work, in 1 hour, you can complete 1/4 of the work. In 1 hour, you can complete 1/4 of the work. That is a point which I am trying to use here. That is a point which I am trying to use here. If any person is able to do a work in n days, in one day he can complete, in one day he can complete 1 by nth part of the work. The same point which I am trying to use. So how can we use that point in solving the answer choice? You might be having a question. So let me discuss that. So A can do an entire work in 20 days is a given statement. A can do an entire work in 20 days is a given statement. So if he is able to do an entire work in 20 days, in one day, how much work he can do? So I'm just trying to understand. How much he can do in one day? Using this data, we can say one thing. Using this data, I can say one thing. In one day, he can finish 1 by 20th part of the work. B can finish entire work in 30 days means he can finish 1 by 38th part of the work. The question here is if A and B are working together, how much of work is completed? 1 by 28th plus 1 by 38th part of the work will be completed in one day. 38th part of the work will be completed in one day. So if you take LCM of these numbers, LCM is 60, 20 into 3, 30 into 2. So 5 by 60th part, 5 by 60th part will be completed in one day. 5 by 68th means 1 by 12th part of the work will be completed in one day. In 1 by 12th part of the work is completed in one day, the total work will be completed. Just flip this fraction in 12 days of time. Total work is completed in 12 days of time. That's how we can able to solve. That's how we can able to solve. but it is also taking some time. That's the reason you can also solve it like this. What is the data? A can do a work in 20 days of time. B can do the same work in 30 days of time. So what I'm trying to understand is here work is constant. Here work is constant. Because work is constant, plug something for the work. Work is constant. I don't know what is the work, but I'm able to see two numbers in the data. What are the two numbers? 20 and 30. So I'm assuming that the total work is 60 units. This is my assumption. Why is 60 units only, sir? It is 60 units because I'm just taking a common multiplier of 20 and 30. You can take anything. So if you take a common multiplier, it would be easy for you to solve the question. That's the reason I'm just taking a common multiplier of these two. So once you take a common multiplier of this, you can understand. So LCM of these numbers, A can do 60 units in 20 days. That means he can finish 3 units in 1 day. B can finish 60 units in 30 days. He can finish 2 units in 1 day. If both are working together, they can finish 5 units in 1 day. So, but total work is completed by A and B in how many days is a question. A and B together can complete 5 units in 1 day. To complete entire 60 units, it will take 60 by 5, 12 days of time. Directly you can mark the answer. I hope you are able to understand the point. Look at this question now. Tell me the answer. What is the answer? You can do the response. Very simple. A can do a work in 20 days, 30 days, and 60 days. You are also able to see some numbers 20, 30, and 60. 20, 30, and 60. So I am taking LCM of 20 and 30 and 60. What is the LCM of these numbers? 20, 30, 60. LCM of these numbers is going to be 60. So I'm assuming that my total work is 60 units. Assuming that the total work is 60 units. So out of 60 units of work, A can do 60 units in 20 days. That means he can finish 3 units in 1 day. B can finish the same 60 units in 30 days. That means he can finish 2 units in 1 day. C can finish 60 units in 60 days. That means he can finish 1 unit in 1 day. If all are working together, they can able to finish 6 units in 1 day. The total 60 units will be done by 60 by 6. 60 by 6, that's going to be 10 days of time. 10 days of time. So you can mark the answer as option C. You can mark the answer as option C. If you are able to understand that, I will ask one more question. Can you please tell me what is the answer for this question? If the question is projected as like this, A can do a work in 30 days of time. B can do the same work by taking 15 days of time. Now the question is, if A and B are working together, then how many days of time is required to complete the work? How many days of time is required to complete the work? Simple question. I'm looking for your response. Nice, very good. What is LCM of 15 and 30? LCM of these numbers is going to be 30. A can do 30 units in 30 days. That means 1 unit in 1 day. B can do 30 units in 15 days. That means 2 units in 1 day. If both are working together, they can able to finish 3 units in 1 day. To finish entire 30 units, it is going to be 30 by 3. That is going to be 10 days of time. Mark your answer as 10 days. Mark your answer as 10 days. I hope the point is clear. Dear students, I'm just sharing one more practice question. Just wait. Tell me what is the answer for the next question. Try solving this question. Hello, dear students. Uh, Actually, we are going to share the content. Some students are having a question, sir, how the content will be shared and all. So for that, I'm just trying to discuss this. So actually, we'll be giving whoever made the payment, they can